ICE raids in U.S. cities. Pregnant women neglected in detention. Visa processing halted. And a new report warns that future immigration policies could wipe out millions of American jobs. This isn't speculation, it's unfolding right now. This is Immiscope, your trusted source for U.S. immigration news, policy changes, and visa updates. In the last 48 hours, the immigration landscape has shifted dramatically. Federal agents are flooding U.S. cities in surprise operations. Human rights groups are exposing shocking treatment of detainees. USCIS is warning employers and workers about visa delays. And an economic study reveals that stricter immigration policies could devastate the American workforce. If you're a green card holder, visa applicant, or immigrant family, these updates directly affect you. So stay till the end to understand the risks, opportunities, and the actions you should take next. ICE deployments in major U.S. cities. Over 100 federal agents have been sent to the Bay Area, specifically to a Coast Guard base in Alameda, near San Francisco. Officials claim this is part of a targeted enforcement initiative. But local leaders are calling it a provocation. The San Francisco mayor warned that these actions are designed to create chaos and fear. California's governor has echoed the same concern, saying it's not about border control anymore. It's about political pressure. Residents in sanctuary cities are on high alert. Advocates report ICE vehicles near transit hubs and immigrant neighborhoods. Protests have already broken out in parts of Oakland and Chinatown in New York City, where ICE agents conducted vendor raids this week. The message is clear. Interior enforcement is ramping up, not just at the border, but inside U.S. cities. Who this affects? Anyone living in or near sanctuary cities should expect increased ID checks, home visits, and workplace monitoring. Even lawful permanent residents could face questioning if their records show pending updates or previous overstays. For undocumented immigrants, this is the most aggressive phase of enforcement since 2020. Lawyers are urging families to know their rights, avoid unnecessary travel, and keep legal documents accessible at all times. Pregnant women in ICE detention. A coalition of human rights organizations has accused ICE of serious mistreatment of pregnant detainees. The report documents cases of shackling, denial of prenatal care, and even solitary confinement during pregnancy. ICE claims it provides proper care and calls these isolated incidents. But the evidence suggests a broader pattern. This is especially alarming because pregnant women are classified as a vulnerable group under federal policy. If proven true, this could trigger lawsuits, congressional hearings, and new limits on ICE detention practices. The moral and political cost here is massive, and it's likely to dominate headlines in the coming days. Real-life impact. Imagine being in a foreign country, pregnant, detained, and denied medical help, all while waiting for your asylum or visa hearing. This is what advocacy groups say is happening inside certain ICE facilities. It's a reminder that immigration isn't just about numbers or policies. It's about human lives caught in the system. For U.S. citizens and taxpayers, it also raises accountability questions. Who monitors detention centers? Who ensures compliance with medical standards? And where does responsibility lie if neglect leads to loss of life? Visa delays as government shutdown continues. USCIS has issued an alert. Processing for H-1B, H-2A, and H-2B visas could face significant delays as the federal shutdown stretches on. This affects tech workers, agricultural employers, and seasonal businesses relying on foreign labor. For many, this means lost wages, expired job offers, and uncertainty about legal status. Employers are already facing backlog warnings. And immigration attorneys report that document submissions and case tracking are taking twice as long. The government says core functions will remain open, but staffing shortages mean even those may stall. Why it matters. Visa delays don't just hurt applicants, they hit the U.S. economy. Tech startups can't hire key engineers. Farms can't fill harvest roles. Hospitality sectors lose seasonal staff. And that leads to the next critical issue, the economy-wide impact of restrictive immigration policy. Immigration and the U.S. economy. A new economic study warns that proposed immigration restrictions could slash the American workforce by 15.7 million people and cut GDP growth by 1/3 over the next decade. The study suggests that aggressive deportations, limited visa issuance, and tighter asylum rules could create labor shortages across industries, from agriculture to tech. In short, fewer immigrants means slower growth, higher prices, and lower competitiveness. This isn't just theory, it's based on workforce data, economic modeling, and labor trends. Businesses, economists, and policy groups are urging Congress to consider the economic cost of aggressive enforcement alongside border security goals. The message is clear. Immigration policy is not only a legal issue, it's an economic one. Legal pushback and lawsuits. In response to the recent raids, several civil rights organizations in California have filed lawsuits accusing the administration of unlawful targeting. They argue that the enforcement strategy violates constitutional protections and disproportionately affects asylum seekers and trafficking victims. These cases could shape how future raids are conducted and whether states have power to resist federal operations. Expect court rulings, injunctions, and possibly another Supreme Court review. Risks and consequences. The combined picture is worrying. Increased enforcement in U.S. cities. Delays in visa processing. Human rights violations in detention. A projected economic slowdown. Each one of these on its own is serious. Together, they point toward an uncertain immigration climate for 2025 and beyond. Possible opportunities. But there's another side. Legal challenges could set new protections for immigrants in detention. Congress may fast-track bills to stabilize visa systems during shutdowns. And public attention could force policy transparency and reform at ICE. Advocacy and media coverage, like what we're doing here, often drive accountability and policy correction. So while the short-term news looks tough, it could lead to long-term change. Tips and warnings. If you're an immigrant or visa holder, here's what to do now. Stay informed. Check your USCIS case updates daily during the shutdown. Carry identification and legal paperwork if you live in enforcement zones. Avoid travel through airports with active ICE operations unless necessary. Contact a licensed immigration attorney immediately if you or someone you know faces detention. Information is your best protection. From the Bay Area to New York, ICE enforcement is surging. Pregnant detainees are reporting neglect. Visa applicants are trapped in processing delays. And economists are warning of a long-term hit to the American workforce. It's a complex, volatile moment in U.S. immigration, legally, economically, and morally. Staying informed isn't optional anymore, it's essential. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching Immiscope. See you in the next video.